G'day Teacher Geeks. In my last video, I ranted about why professional development is often really ineffective. Let me give you this very simple idea. Feel free to take this to your administrators and suggest it. I've suggested it every year for a number of years. It's never been taken up. I don't understand why. Here's what I think. We don't need to employ anyone outside of the school to run professional development. The best learning I've ever done is from other teachers, my peers and colleagues, who come up with great ideas all the time. The problem is I never get to see them in the classroom. So how about this? The next teacher only day, what we do, 9 till 12 in the morning, teachers can sign up to host lessons. So you might have a science teacher, a math teacher, PE, psychology, English, history, whatever. But if you want, you can volunteer to teach a 30-minute class. And you advertise it, you can write down what is your lesson going to be about. And you'll run a 30-minute lesson. And so hopefully you will get a number of teachers will volunteer to teach a 30-minute class on a particular thing. Now, let's say I'm gonna host a 30-minute lesson on the effects of smartphone technology on focus and attention. I think it's pretty relevant. Now, for me, what that does is I get to teach my colleagues who I know can give me active, directed, targeted feedback on the things I did well and the things I can improve on. Because we don't always get that from our students. So I'm going to do a 30-minute class and I might have 5 or 10 or 15, whoever volunteers, whoever wants to come and sit in on my class, right, will observe. So 9 till 12, you'll have, what's that, every 30 minutes, so 6 lessons, and you can just plan your own schedule, right? You sign up to different classes, you roam around, so you've got teachers being teachers and you've got teachers being students, going from class to class, session to session, trying to learn. So the benefit of the teachers is that, let's say after lunch, you have some feedback sessions. So your students will come back and tell you some things that they liked, what they did, and maybe some things you could improve on. Guarantee they will tell me, I need to speak slower. Let me work on that from now. Now, what do the students in this scenario get? I've just gone and seen 6 teachers in the morning. So all of those different little wee habits and quirks or games or activities or things, or even just the physical setup of the classroom, in 3 hours, I've gone around 6 different colleagues and I can pick and choose. Oh, I like what they did. Oh, I don't like that. Actually, I do that a lot and I can see why it doesn't work. Or I do that same thing and it works. So I can learn from the observation. Also, it gives us some perspective of what it's like to be a student, to go from class to class to class to class to class. Right? That can be really valuable in itself. I often think that when I'm sitting being lectured at in a PD session at 5 p.m. or 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm thinking, now I know what it's like to be talked at for an hour about something you don't care about, like my students. And so that's also what they can, so the students in this case, the teachers who are sitting in the other lessons, can learn from what they see. So everyone gains from this. I don't see the downside. I think it was a pretty good idea. I don't know why it never got taken up, but it's free, right? It'll hopefully help build some collegial relationships. It's perfectly voluntary and it's what I like to call PD should be opt-in, right? You volunteer to be part of it. If you don't want to teach in front of your colleagues, well, then you won't volunteer for that. But I know you're going to get a bunch of people, it would be myself included, that would go, yeah, I want to teach in front of my colleagues and let them give me some feedback, right? I also want to go around and observe a bunch of my colleagues. So there you are. That would be, of all the PD days I've sat through, I would say that would definitely be in the top 3. I would just love to do that. There it is. It doesn't cost any money. I can only see benefits to that. If you see any problems, let me know in the comments. Feel free to take that to your admin and suggest it, right? So just to recap, you would just have in the morning, teachers volunteer to teach a 30-minute class. You get a whole bunch of volunteer teachers. Once you know who's volunteered to teach what classes, you can set up a schedule and then everyone else who doesn't want to teach can just go from class to class and observe those different lessons and be the students. And then in the afternoon, you can set up little workshops where you feedback and discuss and reflect. All right, that's my best ever professional development idea. Maybe it's not that good. No, it's still pretty good. All right, cheers.